Welcome to Go Deals Podcast. Box episode 100 anyway. I'm Colby.
Top of the morning, it's Fee Rancid Legs, but you can call me Fee.
You told me before we started that you had an absolute banger for your intro, and I gotta say, you did not lie.
I told you, right?
Did not disappoint. Bravo, Rancid Legs.
I thought of it earlier. Because I was like, all right, St. Patty's Day. I learned that while fixing the leaky pipe outside. My sister mentioned it, and I was like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, like, after I was done, I was just, like, chilling by myself. I was like, well, what's Irish? I got to mention it in the podcast tonight because we're doing one tonight, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, well, who's the most Irish guy I know? Jacksepticeye. What's his intro when he intros for his videos?
He does say top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. It's me, Jacksepticeye. But I can't call myself Fee-Septiceye. That would be
stupid.
That'd be stupid. So I'm Fee Rancid Leg.
which is not stupid. It's not stupid at all.
Not stupid. What's the opposite of septic? Rancid. What's the opposite of eyes?
Of eyes, legs. Everyone knows that.
It's just a fact.
That's an easy one. That's straightforward.
So yeah, that's me over explaining my intro and why I laughed.
Yeah, listen, Faye, you bring a certain je ne sais quoi to this podcast, and I would never stifle your creativity. If you want to be Fee Rancid Legs today and you think that's a great idea, who am I to tell you that it's not and it's the worst idea I've ever heard? Who am I to say that?
Well, I mean, you're right. Who would you be?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shit. That's who I wouldn't be.
Captain James Hook. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the line from fucking Hook.
Who doubted me?
God, I'm in such a silly mood. I'm sorry.
I'm a silly boy today.
I'm feeling all goofy today, even though we're gonna talk about some heavy shit.
Yeah, I'm feeling the exact opposite because basically at work, my company. So the best metaphor that I can draw is that. So can we all agree that Paul Bunyan is Canadian because he's very big and chops down trees?
Ooh. No, well, okay, so he's an American folklore. Mm-hmm. I don't believe he's Canadian. And
let me see. American and Canadian folklore. He's from both, and he's Babe the Big Blue Ox. Which where do ox live? That's Canada.
Yeah, do they?
Historians believe Bunyan was based in large part on an actual lumberjack, Fabien Fournier, a French-Canadian timberman who moved south.
Yeah, of the border.
In Mexico.
Oh, fuck yeah. What if Paul Bunyan was Mexican?
Hell yeah.
Fucking arriba la raza. Fuck. His name was Paulo.
Yeah, that's everybody just got it wrong, and he was like, it's fine. You can call me Paul. It's okay.
He's like, listen, it's all cool. Just remember to add my cool sombrero. And they took it out, and he was like,
they
you
fucking
son of a
didn't.
It's fucking nuts. So
he said, I killed the Canadian. I put on his shirt. This is why I look like this.
No, not even, because like Paul Bunyan wears like that flannel shirt, and like what do cholos wear? With only one button on the top?
Good point. Paul Bunyan's the other way around. He shows off his big, amazingly muscular North American hairy chest with the top button unbuttoned and the rest of the button buttoned up because he has a job, and that's what we do in polite society.
That's so funny because if he is, like, I always picture Paul Bunyan as a very overweight, just jolly man. Kind of like Bluto from Popeye.
But happy and not an asshole.
But happy and not an asshole, which makes sense because like he's American, so of course he's overweight.
Yeah, listen, it does make sense. Anyway, we're getting off track. The reason why So Paul Bunyan is Canadian. Paul Bunyan,
Okay, for the story.
Paul Bunyan came to my
Ooh.
company, and
Okay.
he chopped my company in half and took half of it with him.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's what happened at work. He did pay us a lot of money, though, so that was nice.
Well, never mind. I don't take it back.
And so afterward, basically, they were like, "Hey, we've got fewer engineers. We're going to focus on making this one thing." And everybody was like wrapping up projects and like, no one knew about this, so everything's very disrupted. And so they made a team. I'm on that team. I lead that team, and that team makes that thing that we're banking on to make a lot of money.
Fuck yeah.
And it's going to launch on Tuesday. And so all week I've been like, "Hey, are we ready to go? How about now? Are we ready to go now?" And I have like written more code and talked to more people and solved more problems in this week than I have in the past month, and it sucks.
I was just gonna ask. I'm like, well, is it ready?
Yeah, surprisingly, is okay. Let me take that back. It is ready as far as I can tell. Right before this, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I didn't get to do all the testing that everyone else did today. I'm going to do the testing myself before I do this podcast. And I got like five steps into the QA process and hit a wall. Something broke. Don't know what it was. Don't know why it broke. So I'm like, and I'm looking like it's at this point, it's like 8:30 at night. And I'm looking around like, fucking ain't nobody on. It's Friday at 8:30. No other engineers are on. I can't be like, hey, what am I doing wrong here? So I'm like, just groping around for answers in the dark. Like, is it this? I don't know. What about that?
Today's the worst day you could ask for a question. It's Friday, 8:30 at night. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just come on, man.
I know. And I'm also like, I don't think so. No one on my team is going to have to work this weekend, which is great. Because I'm pretty confident we're gonna like anything that comes up on Monday, we'll get resolved. But like, I think we're ready to go. I think we didn't have any big issues. There was one thing that I wanted to like double check on, but everything else is in. All we have to do is just sort of execute on Monday, and then on Tuesday, just cross our fingies. And so like that, like as a result, I am very tired today. Like I have been prescribed Adderall for my ADHD, and I take it at 10 a.m. and then at 2 p.m. I have another calendar reminder that says like, hey, you should take your afternoon Adderall. And usually I'm like, actually, no. I'm like, I think I'm fine. I think I'm holding out okay. I'm getting enough work done. I think it'll be all right. And then today I looked at the clock and I was like, oh shit, I haven't eaten lunch. And I haven't eaten lunch. I haven't eaten breakfast. It's 3 p.m. I'm going to take some Adderall and eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bunch of popcorn and and a protein bar. And I'm just going to cram code back into my face.
Damn.
Yeah.
Getting shit done.
Yeah, which is, it makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. That's nice.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does me, anyway.
Not me.
Yeah. You get fulfilled by nothing work related, which is great.
Oh God, that's the truth. Like, I really do. I go to work, and if I don't do anything the entire shift, I feel like I accomplished a lot. Which is true, because I accomplish a lot that's not work when I'm at work.
True.
But yeah, today I did accomplish things, I was getting all dirty. I was all muddy today. We've had a leak in our pipe for like, I don't know, a week or two, and it's been so shitty. Like the couple of times that we've tried to have someone to fix it, but they've done it wrong and it still leaks.
Mm-hmm.
So today we kind of just, you know what, we're gonna do it ourselves. We Thanos it. We're like, if you're gonna do something, we gotta do it ourselves. Just fucking... So my mom got like this pipe like wrap that is like, I don't want to say like rubber cement, but it's like it looks like duct tape, and then when you wrap it around something, you put like putty under it, and then you wrap it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like solidifies and hardens, so that way like it'll close like whatever leak. And we got 2 wraps and wrapped it, and I got my hands all muddy. I was all dirty, and then we let it dry. But there's still like a very small little leak, and real pissed off about it.
So like, where is it leaking from? Paint me a picture. Is it like a pipe that's outside and just like it's cracked or something, or is it like a join between 2 pipes?
It's a pipe outside. So outside there, we used to have a pipe where we would connect our hose for like the water hose, the little faucet outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess just, oh man, maybe 2 or so weeks ago, found out that there was a leak in it. And so we dug maybe like 2 feet underground to reach where the pipe joins the underground pipe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we took out the faucet, and then it's like a T, it's like a T connection, right? So
Okay.
after we took out the pipe, now we have the hole on the top, but then like the thing is like cracked around it, so we had to what's it called, plug up the hole. But like every time we've had someone try to plug up the hole, they've done it wrong. We're still leaking. The pipe's still kind of cracked because it's like 100 years old.
Yeah.
So we just kind of want to like, without having to bring someone to replace the pipe
Mm-hmm.
and pay someone like over a couple of $100s, we just want to like plug it and fix it until our house gets fixed, because they're going to put all new pipes.
Nice.
So we don't want to pay for like this professional to do it, and then like a month later they just rip them out anyway.
Yeah.
So it's been a headache.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Like I watch enough plumbing videos that I know that fixing something like that sucks ass.
It sucks big ass. But we've got it, like, you know what? I think we're just going to leave it like this, because like it doesn't leak enough. We can turn the water on for a majority of the day, and it won't fill up like it used to. So
Mm-hmm.
And then we just turned off and then just get rid of the water. It won't be that big, and it won't cost us as much as it was earlier, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, was it like running a whole bunch and just
Yeah, well, the hole was like way bigger, so it was just like water just constantly flowing.
Mm.
So that was a big deal. But like we fixed it enough to where it's just like you say you drip your faucet when it's cold. That's how it'd be now.
Man, okay.
But like maybe
That's
a little
better.
less. It's better. It's better for sure. And which means that like when no one's here, we can just shut the water off. So,
Hell yeah. Do you like shut it off at the main?
yeah, it's right outside, right next to the tree. We have the little main, and we have pliers where we could just turn the on and off position, I
Hell
guess.
yeah.
So it's still a pain to do, to go outside and open it and then like go back later and just shut it off. Still a pain, but I mean, at least now it's not as big of a pain because it's not like overflowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, that's fucking wild though, that you're like, well, is anybody using the water? All right, I'm going to go outside, and where you come back inside 2 minutes later, you're like, who took the fucking wrench with them? Where's the wrench?
Yeah. It would be our new neighbors. All their kids are playing with our wrench.
Damn it.
We got new neighbors now too, so.
Yeah, and you gotta protect that wrench from them.
Oh, shit. It's so weird to have kids like running around over here. We don't usually have kids around.
That's wild.
Yeah, I know. Not used to kids, although I'm gonna have to get used to kid.
True.
But we'll save that for like later, because I don't want to say anything now and then like something happened and that fall through.
Yeah. There's just rest assured that, I don't know, some serious shit may be happening, but there's some other serious shit that has happened that, like, surprisingly, like I'm like 2 degrees of separation away from.
Oh, what is that?
Did you hear that the banks exploded, Fee? Did you hear that
my
someone
bank.
exploded the banks?
My bank's just fine. I was there yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
as a hologram put up by them. Not actually
The-
okay.
I heard about this. So Colby, tell me. Tell
Yeah.
me what's going on
So
because I don't really know. I'm very in the not know.
Feet, we're gonna go on a journey. You
All
and
right.
me. I'm gonna take you on a roller coaster.
Oh hell yeah!
You
I hate
excited?
those things.
Hate
Oh, well,
I hate that. Woo! Excited.
Excited. Yes. Anxiety.
Woo!
Let's go.
Okay, so basically here's what happened. There's a we're gonna focus on there are two banks that collapsed. One of them is Silicon Valley Bank. We're gonna be focusing on them.
Heard about that?
So Silicon Valley Bank is a bank.
A bank.
So what I'll tell you what happened, and then we'll start to get into some background about why. Basically,
Sounds good.
last week, what happened is some people made a run on the bank, is what it's called.
Like they tried to hack it?
No. A run on the bank is a completely legal thing to do. It's where you just take your money out of the bank.
Oh yeah. Didn't a bunch of people try to do that all at once and it fucked the bank?
Yes, that is exactly
Dang.
what happened. A bunch of people withdrew so much money that they didn't have enough money to cover it. Which meant that they entered a fail state, which meant that now the government has seized the bank because the bank has failed.
Yeah.
So
Didn't it start like a snowball effect that just started affecting every bank?
it did. So the
God,
reason
I
why
know more than I thought.
the reason why Signature Bank failed is because Silicon Valley Bank failed, and the reason why Silicon Valley Bank failed, there's a lot of reasons that we're going to get into, but effectively they ran out of money, and so this bank failed, became huge news, and a bunch of people said, "Oh shit, well,
Huge news.
I'm with a small bank. I better take
Yeah.
my money out and move it into a bank that's much bigger, like a Frost or a Wells Fargo, whatever." And so enough people coincidentally happened to do that at Signature Bank that Signature Bank also exploded.
Isn't that shitty?
It's so
Fucking- People got so scared. They're like, "Oh, I don't want that to happen to my bank. I'm gonna go put it in this bank." Same thing happened.
Man.
The thing that they tried to prevent happened because they did what they did.
Exactly. They're like,
I
wow,
love
glad
it.
I got my money out in time. They're like, you fucking caused part of this, you idiots.
God damn it. That's so shitty. So like and it would happen in fucking California, right? Where all those rich assholes are.
Yeah.
Like, why did they pull it out in the first place? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, are you gonna tell me?
Good question.
Good question. To that, I don't have an answer.
So basically, since the end of last year, a few people had been talking about like, hey, Silicon Valley Bank actually has kind of a problem with like liquid assets. So that just means that like, so what every bank does, I don't know if you know this, what every bank does is they take your money, right? And then they
son of a
will, yeah, you fuckers. So they take your money and then they give it back to you whenever you want it. But in the meantime, they invest that money in what they consider to be like very safe things.
Okay.
And so like at any given time, let's say I have the world's smallest bank, right? I have like people have put $1,000 into my bank.
Okay.
I'm betting that
Ooh.
I'm gonna take like, $500 of that. And I'm gonna put it into something that's like, stocks or bonds or whatever. It's something like it depends on what the lifetime of the investment is. Because sometimes banks invest in real estate. They'll be like, I have like a mortgage, and now like if somebody fails a mortgage, now I have a house that I have to sell, right? Which is like a longer term thing. You can't just like cash that out. And so like they have like longer term things that they invest in and shorter term things that they invest in. But the guarantee is that if you want to take your money out, you can always get your money out.
Okay.
That didn't happen for Silicon Valley Bank. Some people noticed that they were like looking at the amount of things that Silicon Valley was invested in and what was happening with the interest rates, and they said, I don't know, this doesn't sound too great. And then enough rich people, enough rich people that have a lot of money and enough like corporations said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my money out of Silicon Valley Bank. And they said that, by the way, after the CEO did do an interview recently.
Okay.
And they were asked, hey, what's up with this thing that people are saying that may be a concern? And legitimately, this was like a week or two before the bank failed. This CEO has the balls to say, well, as long as everybody doesn't withdraw their money all at once, we should be fine. Motherfucker, don't say that!
Just womped himself. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like in an interview, people were like, oh man, Superman, how are you going to deal with Lex Luthor this time? It looks like he's really going to hurt you. And Superman's like, oh no, unless he has kryptonite, he can't hurt me. What the fuck? Don't just tell people that.
Yeah, no shit. He's the man. That guy put his foot in his mouth big time.
Yeah, the next week he's like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Oh man, oh fuck, oh shit. Just
God.
Man, that's so. Oh God.
So
I hate California.
So then the bank fails. What happens, right? What happens as a result? What?
Tell me.
So basically,
they explode.
They explode, and everybody who put their money into the bank, the government guarantees up to $250,000 back to you. However much you put into the bank, they'll give it back to you. They say like, this is FDI. If you ever see like FDIC, that's what the FDIC is.
Oh, okay.
So that guarantees up to $250,000.
Okay.
Which is great.
Wait, but what if you have more than that?
Well, it's gone, Fee. It's fucking
gone. No fucking way.
That is legitimately what it is. If you put your money into a bank and you have over $250,000 and that bank fails, bye money.
No way.
Yeah.
So what happened to all the millionaires and shit that had their money in that bank?
Good question. Everybody was wondering. They were like, what the fuck is happening now? No one could withdraw money.
Wait, so will they ever get their money back or no? Not that I'm worried about these fucking pompous asses, but like
here's what happened. And here's also where the 2 degrees of separation comes in. The company that I work for does all of their banking through Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh no.
The nice thing is apparently like the value of our company with like the money that we have is mostly in stocks through a different company, but for like actual cash that they use to like pay people, that was going through Silicon Valley Bank, and they were like, well, shit. Ooh. We're pretty sure we're going to be able to pay you payroll on Monday. That's what they said, but like I don't know. If we can't, we'll for sure make it up to you. It's just like we have the money, it's just I don't know.
We'll make it up to you. We have all these gift cards to Walmart.
Yeah, well, don't worry. We've got free T-shirts all over the place.
This is good.
So that's basically what happened at the end of last week. Like last week ends, no one knows what's going to happen because the bank was shut down. Nobody wanted to buy it, and so that means that it's the government's problem. The thing is,
they can't bail it out, right?
They can if they want to. You can do the government can do anything they want.
Well, do they want to?
So good question. So that's where we get to. Some even more backstory. Silicon Valley Bank is the bank that's used by, if I'm not mistaken, like according to their website, it's like 80% of Forbes 2022 next billion-dollar startups are clients of Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh no.
50% of all venture capitalist backed tech and life science companies bank with SVB. So that's like most startups.
Oh, why would they use that bank and not like a local bank?
Good question. Good questions, Fee. Okay, so Silicon Valley Bank, the reason why it took off as like being the place where you go to if you're like if you have a tech startup is because they're willing to give you loans of like larger amounts based off of different criteria. So like basically if you go into a bank and you say like, hey, I need a loan because I'm going to start a restaurant and this is like the collateral that I have to put up and this is how much money my food truck is making. So I think if I do a brick and mortar, I should be able to make this much money. Okay. Then they're like, great, cool. That's awesome. We can give you that much money. If you go into a bank as a startup and you say, hey, I have 10,000 customers every month that pay me a $5 subscription. If you give me a loan for this much money, I think that I can get this many users, which means I can pay you back in like 2 years. And that's it. And most banks will say, sorry, your money is just like, you're counting on the fact that you have subscribers.
Yeah.
No, we're good. You can go fuck yourself, actually.
Oh, no.
And so Silicon Valley Bank is like, okay, we understand that like software is one of those things where you get like large investments from like software from people that are banking on this making a lot of money. You operate at a loss for 5 or 6 years and then you start to make money and you're like a really important, very large corporation, right? So they're like, we're going to take the risk. We'll give you the loan. We'll give you the loan for X amount of percent, right? So as a result of them like being really friendly to startups, that's like the major place where people go.
So they're a little bit more into the space, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
they get it. Like when smaller places come and they're just like, we need this loan and this is our estimated like projection. They get that the risk will turn out.
Yeah.
And or maybe turn out.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't for one of them, if they do it 10 times, one of those 10 companies is probably going to be able to make a lot of money.
Yeah, make up for the loss.
And continue banking with them, right? So, like, that's the reason why they're like, basically the sort of, I mean, it's in the name, it's Silicon Valley Bank. That's the reason why they're like, the darling bank of Silicon Valley is because they are more willing to give startups money.
Okay, but so it's fine that startups do it, but like, what about all the other like rich people that bank with them?
Yeah, so usually the rich people that bank with them are venture capitalists that are investing in those startups. So. Ooh, it makes sense, right? They're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to have my money inside of SVB, and then we come to an agreement. I don't have to transfer from one bank to another. They just move from one account to another. And
it's a safe bet.
Yeah,
we bank with y'all. We bank with y'all. Y'all have all the startups. We think we look at your list and we say we think this is gonna shoot off, and we're gonna put some money into that. Okay, done deal, easy.
Yeah.
Until it wasn't.
And there's basically like people started to get really into like why. So they were by the way, Silicon Valley Bank before it collapsed was valued at $212 billion.
Oh man, that's a lot of dollars.
That's a lot of fucking dollars, dude.
That's a lot of money. God.
So there's a couple of things. There's a couple of reasons why they failed. One of them is there was effectively like a government mandate that said, hey, you have to undergo this Federal Reserve stress test. And you have to maintain a certain amount of like liquid capital that you can give to your customers. So they can't all be in like long-term investments. You have to have a bunch of them to where you could pull out cash because we don't want banks to fail.
Yeah.
And so like 10 years after after 2008 happened, where a bunch of other banks exploded, like Washington Mutual,
Okay.
they were like, hey, this stress test and this like liquid stuff, it like kind of doesn't make any sense for like a medium-sized bank like us. Like, we're a big bank, but we're not a huge bank. And so
Yeah.
uh
They don't have multiple banks, right? It's just the one.
it's not, they're not like, they don't have a bunch of bank subsidiaries. They're not like, I don't know if I don't think
They're not
in
franchising.
Yeah, there's not like a, yeah. So and so yeah, somebody went up to the Capitol and was like, "Hey, it just doesn't make sense for us to be doing this, and we can get better return on our money if we're able to invest in like longer term stuff and have less liquid capital." And again, the risk here is that like a medium sized bank collapses, and it's probably fine.
Yeah.
The person and by the way, it worked. They went ahead and rolled back those restrictions in 2018. And the person who argued for that was the CEO of Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. So now he's in deep shit.
Now he's in super deep shit. Because the bank exploded.
A lot of people are out of money. That like business. I guess the businesses that were invested with them losing a lot of money. Oh no!
And so there's businesses that like the other part is like, again, they're investing in tech startups, the environmental stuff, like sort of like more modern companies, and there's like sort of a higher risk for those inherently. And so like whenever you take that kind of risk, you have to like be able to back it up with some safety. So the other thing, I don't know if you know this, but interest rates have gone up, which is a bad thing for mortgages, because whenever you're looking for a mortgage, they usually base it off of the federal interest rate, and they increase that interest.
Okay, so what was it before and what is it after?
Good question. So it started, like whenever things started going up, probably 2% or so.
Okay.
After it's gone up, it's now at 6%.
Oh shit, that's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
Oh,
it's a big jump. So it's very expensive right now to get a mortgage.
I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, I say as someone who is looking for a house and is like, oh god.
That must have like, I don't want to say that must have pushed y'all's plans back, but it couldn't have made it easy.
No, it's not great. The nice thing is like, we're pretty sure that things are just gonna calm down within a few years. Then we'll be able to refinance for a fee, and it'll be okay. But
wait, so y'all aren't moving this year?
We are.
Oh,
we're still doing it.
All right, I thought y'all meant like now you gotta wait a few years until.
No, we just get to be sad. It's fine.
Oh no, that's okay because this show's gonna pop off, and you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, this show's gonna make us all rich.
Yeah, just don't.
People are gonna come to us and they'll be like, "Wow, they really explained the bank collapse. This is gonna make a great TikTok video.
It's gonna make a great short. Can't wait to hear it.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
CoffeeZilla's gonna be so jealous.
Yeah, CoffeeZilla's gonna shit himself and say, "Uh-oh.
Them go-getter boys is coming up on my tail."
So there's that. The thing is interest rates go up, right? That means that if you are doing like a long-term treasury bond, which is basically where the government says like, hey, if you, instead of spending your money on like a bunch of businesses or a bunch of like whatever, if you give us, let's say $100,000, we will give you 100,000 times 0.6%. We'll give you that much extra money back in 5 years or whatever.
Ooh, okay.
That's basically what a treasury bond is. And the problem is that go ahead, V.
I say the more you put into it, the more you'll get back into 5 years, right?
It's a one-time thing at the very start. You basically agree to like, hey, I'm going to give you all this money up front, and then after a period of time,
Oh, I
You
mean,
know.
like the more you put in at the beginning is the more
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
So like they don't just say that the minimum's 100K, but like there's no maximum. Like say they're like if you give us 100K in 5 years, you'll see a 0.6% uptake that will give you back. So let's
Hmm.
say that this fantasy man is like loaded, and he's like, well, what if I just give you a mil?
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, at the beginning, will I see a big return?
Yeah, 6%. It's
Damn.
6%
Okay.
no matter how much you give, but the treasury bonds are basically opened up whenever the government is like, yeah, we need money. Um, we need
That's
money, and you're going to loan it to us, and we're going to pay you back because we print money, and we
that's
can do that.
that's still a big return if you put that much.
It's a huge return
Yeah.
if you give them $1 million at oh Jesus at 5%, that is two is it $20,000? No, it's like $100,000.
Uh-huh.
One half of 100, it's 50.
Yo,
So
okay.
you give them 1 million, they will give you 1,050,000, $1 million and $50,000 as well.
Oh,
Um,
nice. That's a good return.
That's pretty good return, and you can keep doing that. So like as often as the government needs money, they'll make these bonds, and you can buy as many of them as you want,
Yeah.
which is great. Yield is really good on that. The bad thing
Yeah.
is
Is
and
what?
you can the other cool thing is you can sell these bonds. So like
Ah,
if you say like, oh yeah, I'll give you $1 million now, and you are going to give me $1,050,000 later. That's great.
oh,
Um,
I'm just getting it now. So you could sell bonds, right?
mhm.
Is that why like back in the day, like they were trying to sell bonds during the war?
Yeah. Yep. That's it. They're
Oh,
trying to
fuck
raise
it.
money for the war. Yeah.
It all fucking makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, to me at least, I never understood that.
Yeah. Well, and you can, after you purchase a bond from the government, you can sell it to someone else. Like someone can buy your bond from you.
That's why they say stocks and bonds when there's. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I'm learning something today.
Hell yeah.
um, I'm not like fucking that kind of smart. So I'm actually learning something.
We're getting learnt. We're getting turnt on today's
We're getting
podcast.
learnt and turnt. That's what the name of the show is.
Hmm. So you can sell your bond to someone else if you like. If the government says like, yeah, in 5 years I'm going to give you this much money back, and you get a few years in, and you're like, well, shit, I need to buy a house, and I paid $100,000 for this. You can turn around and say like, hey, the government is going to give me $20,000 for this bond. I paid $100,000 for it. If you pay me $100,000 and $5,000 or $105,000, you will make $15,000 off of this if you just buy it from me right now and wait a couple of years.
Yeah.
So
So
like,
like it's a safe return.
yeah, it's an extremely safe return. There's like not like
So
bonds don't default.
so if you sell your bond, do you
Mhm.
have to go to the bank and have it signed over to the person's name or?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, that's not hard, I guess, and it
Mhm.
costs nothing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You can
yeah,
just
simple, easy. Okay.
so the so what happens now, right? Now we're in the situation where last year interest rate was 2%. Silicon Valley Bank, over the course of the past few years, has bought a number of these long-term bonds where they say like, hey, we're going to give you, United States government, we're going to give you $200 million, and you're going to give us, $6 million in return, and it's going to be super good, and we're going to be best friends, and we're going to be jerking each other off at the sleepover. Love it. And
Okay.
and that's and the government's like, yeah, but it's not going to happen for like 6 years.
All
And
right.
Silicon Valley Bank's like, cool, yeah, no big deal, don't worry about it. Now people are starting to make a run of the bank, right? They only have so much cash on them. They only have so much stock on them. They have these bonds though. And the problem is these bonds, the interest rate on them is like 2%. And the problem now is trying to sell those bonds, because you could be like, hey, listen, I $200 million, I bought these bonds and I'm going to get $6 million at the end. If you give me, $205 million, you get an extra million for free.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that.
No strings attached.
Yeah. But nobody wants to do that because the new bonds are 6%. They're triple the investment that you get back from the bonds that these guys have. So they have to sell it for basically at cost.
Oh, dude, yeah. They're selling it at cost, and then the people who buy it get a shitload in return.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I could see why, man, it would hurt letting go of that.
Yeah, and you don't really have a choice because,
the
option is, well, the bank becomes insolvent, and then LOL, that's what happened this time.
Damn, okay, it's all fucking coming together. It all came together at the end. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, hey, does anybody want to buy these bonds? And people are like, are you fucking stupid? I could buy a new bond right now and get way more money. And they're like, what if we make it really low? And they're like, yeah, I still don't care. I don't care enough to, do this. Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay.
Or you're missing out. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Damn. That's some deep-ass water they're in. Yeah,
so...
Oh, fuck.
So the bank collapses. Now the government owns everything that the bank owns. The thing is, if they waited, they would be able to... they had enough money to cover all of the money that was in their bank. It's just in these, longer-term investments that they have to, wait out.
Yeah. But in the meantime, they don't have anything.
Yeah, in the meantime, they have nothing because people have made a run on the bank. And then the way that I imagine it, and this is probably not how it happens, but I imagine that some 45-year-old angel investor was like, oh, you know what? I actually need some cash because I'm going out to dinner tonight and I got to pay for valet. So he goes into the bank and he's like, oh, hey, Chris, 'cause he banks there all the time. He's like, hey, Chris, I need $300. And Chris is like, yeah, sure. I'll just type that up real quick. And then he hits enter on his keyboard and all the computer screens flash red and fucking locks go on the doors. And it says we got your ass. And it's a picture of Joe Biden in his sunglasses. You're insolvent, bank. It's probably not what happened, but it should happen.
It's what happened. It was a picture of Joe Biden falling off his bike.
There are no shortage of pictures of Joe Biden falling, which is very funny.
Each one's funnier than the last.
Honestly, though, yes. So yeah, bank insolvent. Government now owned bank. Government now in a position where, again, half of all tech startups here in the United States are we can't pay anyone anymore. And if we had all of our liquid cash inside of Silicon Valley Bank and they weren't inside of stocks or anything else, then we're fucked, dog.
So the TLDR is because the bank is fucked. Mm-hmm. That means that hundreds of startups across the US are now probably going to close.
Yeah, hundreds, thousands probably of businesses that employ tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people just gone. And so the government had this choice to make. And what they decided to do in 2008, what they decided is they decided to bail out the bank. They said, all right, everybody that put money into this bank, the FDIC is supposed to only guarantee up to $250,000. We'll guarantee everything. Everything for every depositor we will guarantee. This doesn't mean this doesn't mean that the bank is back, and this doesn't mean that the people that worked for the bank now have a job again. This just means that everyone that decided to bank with this company and oopsie, they made a bad choice because this was a bad bank. Now you have your money back.
Oh, so they're kind of safe for now.
They're safe permanently. All their money is going to be available to them. And so that's the saving grace. Now,
so what about this time?
So 2008, what happened is
2000 late.
So 2000 late. Yeah. So 2008, what happened is they bailed out the business instead of the people that were at the bank. So it was the business and the people that banked with them. they bailed out everything. So it was like all of their assets, everything that they're worth, all the employees and everything.
They're not going to bail out the people this time.
No. This time they're not bailing out the bank. They said Silicon Valley Bank failed. Silicon Valley Bank is no longer a business. That's what happens. If you invested in Silicon Valley Bank, like as far as stocks go, you're fucked.
Sorry.
That's it. You don't have any more money.
Sorry, not sorry. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
So that's all gone. But they're like, everybody who had cash there, we will guarantee that you will be able to get that money. And there's a number of reasons why like this is sort of like better, right? That means that like if you just made the bad choice of like, well, Silicon Valley Bank seemed like that's where my like the startup that I work bank, so I'll just do that, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, your retirement that you've been saving for 10 years just gone because you I don't know, you had $300,000 and now you only have 250,000 of that. Like you just lost 50 grand for nothing.
That okay, so at least that 50 grand isn't something to sneeze at.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it wasn't more.
Yeah.
But that's just a hypothetical.
Yeah,
Those
the people
like
that are losing out the
have
most. The people that are losing out the most are the angel investors that have like, oh yeah, I've got
Millions.
my like $48 million. Like I have $48 million across a few accounts here where like, you know, this is my investment account. This is my personal account. This is for that. All of that would have been gone and they would just get $250,000 per account. That's it.
So, okay, so oh man. Like, so the people who had all that money in the account, they don't get much, but like I would think that the people with like the millions invested into this bank, they have to be smart enough and not have that as their main bank.
You would hope.
I mean, they would hope, but I'm just
They would hope. Yes. They would hope.
This doesn't affect me, but man, like I mean, so California, like the people over there must be like in fucking they must be going crazy because if that's where they actually like the angel account actually had their personal accounts in, had all their money in there, they are no longer millionaires.
Yeah.
And did they just have to live with it?
Yeah.
There's no like overturn or nothing?
Yeah, so the bailout, basically if their money was in the bank, they are fine. Like basically if they said like here's $50 million Silicon Valley Bank and Silicon Valley Bank said great, then they're going to get that $50 million back.
Okay.
But if they instead said I'm going to buy $50 million worth of Silicon Valley Bank stock, it's gone. 100% gone.
Oh.
There ain't a fucking thing they can do about it either.
That's the worst. That's like, oh man, that's kind of like you're just like, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to go there, but I feel like some people would probably like go crazy or commit.
Oh yeah, just die, just immediately die.
Just fucking get a couple of KYS or seppukus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, like they'd have to give up their house. Like they can't afford it anymore.
Yeah,
just their house, their cars, where they live.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta come live like us schmoes down here.
Yeah, everybody's just gonna move to like rural Ohio. And they'll all go to the same bar and they'll be like, I used to be a millionaire. Yeah, who the fuck here do you think wasn't? Everybody's sick of your shit, Jack.
Now we're all in the same shithole with only a couple of $100K. How's it feel? There's just one Ohio guy there, just like I'm still a blue collar worker. I don't make that much.
Yeah, I trim your trees, and I feel pretty good about how much I'm making. Yeah, but you do. It's sad. You should be depressed.
Well, my bank didn't go down. Just fucking real jerk about it. Well, my bank's fine.
Maybe you should have invested with Wells Fargo.
No, not Wells Fargo. Worse.
God.
They would have been in a deeper hole.
I just like so
I
while
feel
this
like,
while this whole thing was happening, my major thought was like, wow. Paul Bunyan came in and chopped my company in half and took half of it to Canada, I bet they're feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Since my company's like, yeah, we got a bunch of we have a bunch of value. I don't know about payroll though.
Oh man. So like, I bet California is gonna be crazy for a little while now. I mean, as like more crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the people that are okay are, like angel investors and people angel investors and people that just decided, to just have their money with Silicon Valley Bank instead of investing with them. They're fine. This is a bailout in that like the people that had their money with them are going to get their money back. The investors won't, which is less bad, but so like that
still
sort of
a
makes you
lofty
feel
number.
Yeah, and that kind of makes you feel okay. That's like, all right, these innocent people that banked with this bank are like, they're going to be okay. But the thing is, like, Silicon Valley Bank's clientele is mostly not regular people. It's mostly angel investors, and it's mostly these angel investor assholes that lobbied for these like deregulation shit that made this happen in the first place.
Damn, they got a fistful of irony.
Yeah, and then the government was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry. We'll take care of you. We'll not take care of some people. It won't be as egregious as 2008, but damn.
You'd think we'd have some kind of like things in place for this.
Yeah. It's called the FDIC, and it guarantees up to $250,000.
Well, fuck.
The thing is, like, and what you should do if you want to be really safe with your money is you should only deposit up to $250,000 per bank. And if you earn more than $250,000, you have to open up a new account and put it in that account. And like,
wait, so new account in the same bank or new account in different bank?
I think same bank is okay. I'm not positive on that. But I think I think it just has to be a separate account. And then each different account is
this like an email situation, making multiple emails on the same website, but different names?
Yeah. The thing is, no one does that because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So like, you're like, why? Why would I do that?
Yeah, I don't make enough to do that. So like, this never like fucking came across me. I don't make enough to do that. Like, if fucking that happened to my bank, and like somehow I lost my money, I'd be like, "Oh, where the hell's my money?" Like the big bank would like just reach in their pocket and pull out their pocket change and be like, "Here you go. Don't spend it all at one place and just give me
get out of my face.
Give me the little bit of money I had left." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like I'm crying over, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever." Like they don't care. Fucking, they could bail me out easy. I don't have a lot of money.
God,
that's so crazy. Oh shit.
It's a wild time to be here because like everybody like
be alive.
And there's multiple sides to this because like again, if you don't bail out this bank, then like a bunch of startups are like could maybe effectively insolvent. Like they lay off everybody tomorrow. Those people don't have jobs.
It's a lot of jobs across the nation.
Yep, and if investors like don't have the money to like invest in these businesses, they're also going to go out of business. So like now, companies that would have been okay with a little more investment later on this year, they won't be okay. Those companies go out of business, and like we have this economic downturn. They're also like, this happened late last week, and so like the government announced like Sunday or early Monday morning, they're like, "Hey, don't worry, everybody that have money in the bank, you'll be fine." And the major benefit of doing that is that now there's hopefully going to be less panic. People are probably like investors that aren't at Silicon Valley Bank but are at smaller banks are probably like, "Oh, okay. all right, I won't make a run on this bank. I will not make a run on this bank. I'm going to do my best to not make a run on this bank.
Okay.
And
Man,
yeah, that's it. They're just trying to stop that domino effect.
I bet people are really upset.
Yeah. People are really upset, like justifiably in some ways, right? Because you're like, God, are we really going to bail out these banking assholes? Oh, yeah. And also like another layer of assholery to put on top of this is that like the CEO of Silicon Valley Bank sold a bunch of shares in Silicon Valley Bank 2 weeks ago, like millions of dollars. And like a bunch of like top level investors pulled their money out. They're the ones who made the run on the bank, and they're fine. They don't need bailing out.
So
And
they're all fine. They knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, just them. And it's just, there's a lot of, there's a lot of people made money on this, that shouldn't have made money on this. And, they're fucking assholes.
They all made money, and they're standing at the top watching people fucking claw up trying to get back. Mm-hmm. But everyone else is crabs. They're pulling each other back down.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's like, get back down here.
Hey, come on back down here. They fucking Rorschached it.
Yeah. Just like, so there was like down in South Texas, there's a pretty small bank called First National Victoria. First Victoria, I think, is the First Victoria National Bank.
Yeah.
And just imagine that, like, they're like, wow, I'm like, you know, whoever it is, fucking Elon Musk moved down to Corpus and he put in, you know, $800 million into our bank. That's amazing. That's like half the money that we have. And then like 6 months later, he's like, hey, I want that 800 million back. And they go, oh, fuck, we don't have that 800 million. And then bam, that bank's gone. And now,
oh, no.
Like every regular person gets bailed out by the government. But if there was 2 millionaires at that bank, nope, they're fucked.
But that's my bank.
Hey,
I bank with First Convenience Bank, which is a what's it called? A subsidiary of First National.
Mm-hmm.
A division of First National.
Yep.
That's my bank.
That's my bank.
That hypothetical asshole. I've been banking with that bank for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing bad to happen to it.
It's you know,
Elon, stay away from my bank.
Yeah, don't come here. Go away.
Yeah, go away. Army will come here and give me a lot of money, then you can leave.
Yeah, then just leave if you can.
Me specifically, not anyone else, just me.
No, yeah, don't like. Although, to be totally fair, how sick would that be? Like, to me, this seems like the funniest thing you could do with a ton of money is to just show up, just pick a town where you're like, all right, this is reasonably close to like an airport. So I don't know, Odom, I guess. Like Odom is a small town that's close enough to Corpus. It's close enough to the airport. And then somebody shows up and buys just like 200 acres of land and just opens a gigantic fucking first class theme park that everybody wants to go to. And now Odom is actually a city.
Damn. That'd be fucking wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would I want to work at a theme park? That means I'd have to do work though.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
that means I'd have to work at it.
That'd be, I mean, it'd be pretty cool to go to though.
Hey, but imagine this. You're you're a security guard right now. What if you were a security guard for a theme park? That sounds pretty fucking sick.
I mean, I could get people in for free.
Yeah. And like, what's the hardest thing you got to deal with, right? Like kids sneaking in at night? Fuck it.
Oh no, that means I'd have to work.
Oh, true.
I'd still do it maybe. Because if like billion, no, well, that's such a risky job to get, because how long will that theme park be open for?
Yeah, I don't know.
Until they're just like, nah, we decided we don't want it open. Like they could just pull out. It'd be fine.
Well, they may be, depending on how much money they have. Yeah, but if they're like, listen, I'm worth $1 billion. I invested $980 million into this theme park. I'm betting it's going to work out eventually. It just has to stay open for long enough. People are going to realize how good it is. They're going to fly in. They're going to build houses in Odom. It's going to be great.
They would just have to make it another Six Flags. Like a Corpus Six Flags, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
What I was thinking you were going to say, I was like, Elon, like the millionaire Elon, he comes down and he does like the Joker from the Batman and has a parade and just throws fucking money into the crowd. Like to Prince, he's just fucking dun dun, just throwing money.
That would be so fucking good. The only problem is,
and he's dressed like the Joker.
He has to be, right? He has to be playing the same song too.
Yeah, exactly. And he has a bunch of balloons full of poison.
Yeah, that's the most important part. He has to have the poison balloons.
He becomes a real villain.
The only bad part about that is that like our towns are so small that the parade would be over very quickly.
So that he just have to empty the money quick.
Yeah. You get a million. You get a million. Ah.
Just him going down fucking Greenwood. Just.
Mm-hmm.
And just, he's not even emptying them out till they fly into the street. He's throwing sacks of cash.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be fine because, like, everyone in town would probably get one.
Yeah. He's driving on Ocean Drive in Corpus and throwing it into the wind and it's blowing into the ocean. So people are drowning trying to get it.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, I gotta get wet. Oh, look, if I have to jump in the ocean to get money, which is wet, and then I have to get wet, and then the ocean's gross. Ugh.
Listen.
No.
It depends. Okay. It depends on how much money they're giving me. Like if he balls up, like if he says like this is $5 million, I'm gonna put it inside of this beach ball somehow, and I'm gonna throw it into the ocean. Go get it, monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, I would do that because he put it in a beach ball, and he didn't like take them out of the bands. There's 5 million just in bands, right? Mm-hmm. And he puts it in a beach ball and he throws it and he's like, "Go get it now." I don't know his accent, and I'd be like, "Oh yes, sir." I'd fucking kill people for that.
Yeah,
I would.
But that changes if the money's wet.
No, because the money's dry. It's in the beach ball. It's in the beach ball. If I just have to get wet, that's fine. If the money gets wet and I have to dry it out and it smells gross, no, that's different.
That's fucked up. So if somebody took $5 million and put it in like a fisherman's net and with a bunch of weights and tied it down at the bottom of the surf.
And it's sunk and it's all wet?
Yep. It's sunk. It's been there. They did that at night. And then a week later they went, shit, can you go pick up my $5 million that's at this place? It's sitting in the water.
Well, wouldn't it be fucked by then?
Why would it? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how fucking paper money works.
Let's find out. Does paper money dissolve in salt water?
Oh, yeah, the salt would also have the effect on it.
Can salt water ruin money? Seems like no, it's fine.
Ooh.
You just need to dry them out on your dresser before you put them in your wallet. That's what this guy says.
Is that what the article says?
Yeah.
Damn. I guess. It depends on how deep it is. How deep is it?
Let's say it's not that deep. It's maybe 10 feet down.
And it's in a net, right?
It's in a net.
Is it just in a net? Is the money just in a net? There, or is it like all like balled up in like a case or like a bag or something?
No, it's
like a money bag.
It's just loose. It's just loose in the net.
Oh no! If it I would still try to see how much I'd get, but like if it was down there like in a comically big money sack with a dollar sign on it, that'd be better. I'd still try it.
I like that the money sack makes it more appealing to you
because it's not like loose. I could pull it up in one chingazo instead of like having to like scramble for it and then go up and then swim to the surface, put it in, I don't know, my money holder, then swim back, go back down and see how much I can get. Like, that's annoying. I know it's a lot of money, but then someone sees me do it and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And this is Corpus we're talking about. I get shot.
True.
I'd
But
fucking
I mean, imagine you go at night, you just like, you cut the bag, you swim up to the top and you just like walk in. You're like, oh God, I'm so tired. But you have this like big bag of just wet cash that's on your front seat. And you try to stuff it down to make sure nobody sees it as you drive home.
I'm just laughing. I'm like, dude, I think I would be hysterical if I had all that money and I'm
Yeah,
just looking at it as I'm driving home. I'd be like, oh, like man, I don't know what I do. That's life changing.
it is. Okay. I've thought about this way too much.
Gonna give me
So,
a would
and
you
you
rather?
probably haven't thought about it at all. So I'm interested to hear what your thoughts would be. So let's imagine that you win the lottery.
Oh yeah.
And so like 100, let's just say $100 million is yours.
Damn.
You have to
rich.
go to the lottery office to claim it. You have to show up with your ticket. You have to validate who you are and claim it.
Okay.
There's going to be press there.
Okay.
What do you do about that? Do you like, do you
I've thought
do
about
anything?
this. I've thought about this.
Okay.
I'd wear a mask.
Okay. Okay.
I'd wear a mask and give an alias.
I have thought about this too. And
Do you think I want people to know I won $1 million?
yeah,
Or
that's,
the lottery.
I don't want anyone.
No,
I don't want anyone.
anyone to know. I'm wearing a mask. I'm wearing a costume. I've seen someone do this before.
Yeah.
Someone won the lottery and wore a mask and didn't give his name, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And no one knows who it was, or they might know who it was. But I'd wear I'd go to like Spirit Halloween, get like a full mask, a costume. I'd take the big check and press it there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get a voice changer so that way no one could get my voice and know who I am. And I wouldn't. I'd be very short and not answer anything. Like, sir, what are you gonna do with all that money? And I'd say your mom, and then I'd leave.
Man. Okay. Okay. That's so I've thought about something very similar. So mask, yes.
Yes.
And it has to be, to me, it has to be either like a mask that is so common that you could have picked it up anywhere.
Yeah.
Like the Scream mask.
Yeah, that's what the guy wore with the lottery.
It's perfect. It's a great mask.
Great mask.
You get to do the Scream mask, right? I think you have to have full head covering or like a blackout motorcycle helmet on. And then like a suit. Like I hate suits.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to think I'm wearing a fucking suit to collect the lottery, baby.
Well, I mean, you are wearing fancy clothes, but people. So you probably own a suit. I don't own a suit, but they'd probably get my body shape. So I would wear like a robe, like a preacher's robe. Throw them. I'd wear the whole preacher's thing. Throw them off. They're like, did a preacher win?
Yeah.
But then I'd wear like.
Wow,
the
he's gonna give it
mask.
to the congregation for sure.
Exactly. He's gonna set it on fire and give it to Jesus. And like little do they know, I'm not doing it for Jesus.
I'm doing it for Mises.
Yeah. Just straight up Mises.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would do that. Mask, like body robe, and I'd wear gloves just so they wouldn't know my ethnicity.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the other thing. I was like, you have to wear gloves. You have to have like something on. Like the first thing you do, I think, is put on one of those like morph suits, like just a black full body morph suit.
Yeah.
That way, like
I was even gonna say
Mm-hmm.
on your head, you wear a ski mask under the regular mask,
Mm-hmm.
so that way if someone pulls it off, they just see your eyes. But then they could also, for whatever reason, if they see just your eyes, that's another indicator. They could be like, well, now we're gonna just search for these eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and like they could look you up with your eyes somehow in this future tech.
Yeah, they could
have
Google.
these-
They could be like, find the man with these eyes, and Google will say, it's Fee.
It's me. He lives here. Go get him.
Go get it. Yeah, that's what Google says is go kill him and take his money.
To the press that just want to ask me questions. Like if press like found out that I won the lottery and they came to my house, I'd open the door and they were like, They're like, Fee, you won the $1 million, and I'd be like, no, I didn't. And
What?
like, as the doors open, I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
What, did
Doors open
I?
and be, yeah, I'm like, what? The right behind me, there's just a big pile of money because I didn't deposit it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, what's that big pile of money behind you? I'm like, don't worry about it.
What?
Just,
What? I'm a stripper.
I'm a world renowned stripper.
Mm-hmm.
That's just from last night.
I'm
Don't talk about it.
very good at my job.
I'm very good at what I do. People love my elbows.
So Jesus Christ. I just looked it up. So some states will allow you to be totally anonymous. Others require that you give them a name, but they can't make you give them your legal name, I think. So I think like
if you give the lottery place, if you give them your ticket, do you have to give them your full name? Do they have to know? Or
yeah, I think the state lottery people have to know, but they don't.
Okay,
like,
but
they don't release
they won't
it to
give
anyone.
it out. So, like, if you go there with your lottery ticket and you're like, "Yeah, my name is so and so," but if anyone asks, tell them I'm fucking Frank West.
Yeah.
So,
tell them my name is Naruto.
tell them my name is Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I think that could work. What about Texas? Do they have that?
I don't know, actually.
Because we live in Tejas.
True. And not anonymous. There we go. Texas Lottery Anonymous. Winners of $1 million or more can choose to remain anonymous in Texas or West Virginia. Oh.
Yeah. I'm anonymous, baby. I don't even have to put on this dog and pony show.
Yeah. You could just... The thing is, I've always wondered, like how do you initiate that? Is there like a phone number that you call and you're like,
yeah,
hey, I won the lottery, and they're like, yeah, we fucking bet you did. You're like, no, I really did though.
On the back of the lottery tickets, they have the number for the lottery commission. I bet if you call them and you tell them you won the lottery, they're like, okay, well, they set up a meeting. Then you go, you take your ticket, they verify it, make sure it's real, and then they set up a date to give you the money or whatever, so you can get your bank in order.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's just the way they do it.
Yeah,
very cut and dry.
Probably. I used to work downtown in Austin, and I down there on 6th Street. There's like a lottery commission office, and I often was like, I wonder how many times like somebody just has like walked in with the winning lottery ticket, and they're like, what do I do with this? Help!
Hello, just. Oh man, if I won the lottery, I'd probably show up at your house unannounced, and after I'd go to Austin, right, and I would tell them I won, get my money, put it in my bank, get it all done, spend a day there, and then come to your house a day later and be like, hey man, what's going on? And you're just like, Fee, what are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
I'm like, the thing is, I'm like, here's what I'm not doing. Not being poor. I'm showing you my fucking lottery.
I'm not being poor like you.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking Fortnite dance on you.
Hit him with the default, baby.
Yeah, baby. Just do it all up. And I'd be like, grab your baby, grab your wife. We're going out to eat, and I'm paying.
God.
And then we can go to Dragon's Lair, and you can get whatever you want.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'd probably do that. I'd treat my friends like to a lot of things, like
Hell
for the
yeah.
first week.
Hell
well,
yeah.
not just for the 1 week. Like I would go and visit every one of my friends here in Tejas, and then I would be like, guys, we're doing it up tonight. We're having a party, and it's on me. Get whatever you want. And then like I'd probably like if they ask for something, I'd be like, yo, here's like a couple of money. Here's some money. Here's some for you. And then you'll probably be like, I don't want any. I'm like, no, Colby, you're gonna get some.
No.
Here you go, Colby.
Listen, I would never turn down the money. unless
trying to make you seem humble. Shit.
Unless you made it difficult for me to get.
I'm like, all right, Colb, here's the money, and like I open the curtain, it's behind like a flaming moat full of alligators.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
no,
I don't
there's
know
no
about that
time
one.
limit. You just have to go. You just have to get
Oh,
it.
no time. I'll just wait till the fire goes out then.
Oh no! I paid a guy to come and reflame it every hour,
Damn. It.
and we rotate the alligators periodically.
Because the fire does kill them. It's there for 8 days, and you're like, we're running out of alligators. Hurry up.
Listen, we're running. If we run out of alligators, we're gonna have to switch to sharks.
Oh shit! I don't want that.
Exactly. You could fall into an alligator pit and somehow live.
Yeah,
I've seen
probably.
people do it. I've seen people. Well, sharks too, unless like you irritate them before. Like before you throw the alligators in, you slap them in the face and be like, "All right, be angry." And they're like, "Oh, I'm so mad." Next person that comes in, I'm gonna get them.
Just be pissed off.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not fucking some asshole. I'd be very generous with my money for a little while. Like if you're like, man, Fee, I am moving. It's pretty hard. I need like 100K. I'd be like, okay, here you go, and then I'd cut you a check.
Hell yeah.
No questions asked.
Hell yeah. And
You know what?
wouldn't
You know
put all
what?
your money into the same bank.
No, you know why, Cole? Because you're my best friend, and I love you.
Aw. Oh, Fee. I love you too, Fee.
Aw. Thank you.
We're gonna fucking die together one day.
And I holding hands. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be so fucking good. Anyway,
I love friendship.
fuck yeah, friends. Anyway, we're getting close to the end of the show, but there is a few things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
This is a real small thing. It holds no weight on me because A, I don't play Magic, and B, I've only seen Lord of the Rings movies, and that's people are freaking out because the internet about Aragorn being black on the cards.
Yeah, so Magic the Gathering is putting out like a Lord of the Rings collabo.
Art's pretty good.
Yeah, art's great. And they put out one. They put out the art for Aragorn, and it's Aragorn, I guess, post War of the Rings, and he's like, looking good, hanging out with his honey. But he do be black though.
He do be black. And me and Kobe talked about this before that we started. I'm like, he just doesn't look like Aragorn to me, because I picture Aragorn with like long hair, like long, because I'm picturing the movie, and with olive skin.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's how he was described in the books. Not that I've read them, but like I picture like, almost you said Greek before,
Yeah.
but like a lighter tone than that. Long hair. But I mean,
let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna Google. Hold on. World map. Hold on. I don't know things about the world. Hold on. Okay,
this
so
world or
further
Middle-earth?
north than Greece. Romania.
Greece?
How
Oh, okay.
about that?
Romania.
He's
Yeah.
Romanian, or
He's
he's Northern
Romanian.
Italian.
Oh, okay. Now I want Northern Italian Aragorn.
He says, "Mamma mia, where's the ring?"
He puts his hand on. Oh, one doesn't. He doesn't say that line. One doesn't simply walk into Mordor. Fucking. He doesn't.
He does though. Like Italian Aragorn does walk into the place where all the ghosts are, and he goes, "Hey, skadoosh! You coming out here, them ghosts?"
I'm trying to think of quotable Aragorn lines, and I can't.
There's none.
There's none.
The only okay. The thing is, there probably are. You were asking the wrong person because I don't know or care about Lord of the Rings.
The only quote that comes to mind, and it's not even from Lord of the Rings, it's from 300, and I don't know why I'm picturing Aragorn saying it. It's because it's, "Then we shall fight in the shade." She would say that.
I cannot
because-
believe that you were just gonna say that.
It's because 300's more quotable, And I don't remember anything if Aragorn said anything other than like, "Oh, uh, my sword, my queen."
You can have my long hair.
You could have my olive skin. Just, I don't fucking know.
So I did look this up because I was looking. There's a thread from 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Any specific example showing Aragorn or others in the race of men have a skin tone that we might call white?
White?
And
Well, I mean, they are in like Middle Eastern Europe.
Yeah, that's what most of this is based on.
Yeah.
And somebody came in with 2 quotes from The Peoples of Middle-earth and The Nature of Middle-earth, both unofficial Middle-earth books that are based off of the notes of J.R. Tolkien, but
Okay. Mm-hmm.
so that's as official as you can get without him having said it, I guess.
Yeah.
For the most part, they were tall people with flaxen or golden hair and blue-gray eyes, but there were not a few among them that had dark hair, though they were all fair-skinned, is what they say.
Oh, nothing about Aragorn, right? And
No.
it's 10-inch dong?
No, they're just talking about, they're talking about the the folk of Hador save fucking Brett. God, this is what I hate Lord of the Rings. It's like, the people of Balamor were founded by the horse of Grandstrong, and that fucking shut up. I can't deal with it. It's so erroneous. None of it means anything.
Erotic. What's it called? Yeah, no, it doesn't matter to me. Doesn't look like Aragorn, but I do like the art. If that's what Magic wants to do, that's fine. Magic is already basically a dead game with all the rules they keep enforcing.
Damn, Fee. I'm gonna tell them you said that. I'm moving up there.
Tell them. No, don't tell them. No, well, yeah, go ahead and tell them.
Yeah, I don't care. Tell them.
I thought about it. I'd tell them. No, because if I don't want them to know that we're bad mouthing them. Well, I'm not bad mouthing. Would you say I'm bad mouthing them?
Yes. You just said they put in too many rules into their game.
They do put too many rules into the game. That's not a bad mouth. That's a thing. That's a thing they do.
That's a
it's
bad
a fact.
mouth.
That's a fact.
If you said they've made the game more complex, and I don't like how complex the game has gotten, that's neutral. But to be like, they put in too much shit.
Look, I'm not a man of the book. I don't know words.
You're not a man of much, to be fair.
The game is too complex, and I can't keep up. For I'm a man of little brain. There you go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I only say I don't want to badmouth them because I want... Who is it? Wizards of the Coast?
Mm-hmm.
I want them to sponsor us at some point for no reason.
Okay.
Because I want their loot. I want the free fucking loot.
I want to open some packs on stream.
You don't know how fucking hot that would make me. I mean, excited.
Man.
I'm just saying. Wizards of the Coast has a lot of cool stuff. And it'd be cool if they sponsored us, even though we don't do anything that has to do with D&D or Magic. But we have a lot of friends that would benefit from us being sponsored and opening packs and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be very cool. But yeah, that happened. It happened. I don't care. But a lot of people on the internet care for some reason. It's what it is.
Can't imagine. Couldn't be me.
I don't care enough. I just don't. But I guess if you want to be technical about it, he wouldn't look like that. That doesn't mean you have to be mad about it.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any canon information that's not how he would look. I also don't think it fucking matters at all. I'll be honest with you. Anytime that they're yeah, we're gonna have more diverse representation in this movie by making somebody who's white into someone who's not white, I I can't give a shit. I can't. I don't care.
I I think I would if they made what's it called? Um Orlando Bloom's character black.
Why?
Oh, because if I picture elves and I picture them like almost like ghostly pale skin
Yeah,
because of how like pure they are.
sure.
Not pure like pure in them, but like how they're in the forest, they're like pure creatures, and I'm not saying like white people are pure creatures,
That is what
but
you're
like
saying.
no. I'm saying that they're like just very fair skinned, like super fair, because I think that's how they're described in the books, like almost ghostly pale. So if we had like the elves like them, I'd want them to be played like by basically Irish people that never go outside
Mm-hmm.
with how pale they are.
I will say, Rings of Power does have a black elf.
I know, and he had a fade, and no one liked it. And I'm
I-
not just saying like not the bad people. Like normal people were like, "Why does he have a fade?" I thought it looked silly. Like it was really out of character. Not to
what it
mention
looks like.
his character was like very nothing to the story. He was a made up character for the story. I really didn't see it, but I was listening to like a lot of people talk about it, and they were just like he didn't really do anything to the story, like honestly, and he looked goofy because he had a fade. He looked out of place. Why didn't they just give him long hair?
I mean,
Who is fucking
why
who is fucking
why does it matter? Why does it matter what his hair looks like? Why does it matter what his skin looks like? None of it matters.
No, I'm not. I don't even care.
He's
about
just a
his skin.
guy. He's a guy who's playing an elf. It's fine.
I don't care about his skin. Why do he have a fade? Like, who has a fade in Middle Earth?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a
It
shit about
doesn't
his fade? It's
That's
hair. Who gives a fuck?
That's the one. But it's really out of place. Like that's a modern haircut. That's a middle like a medieval thing. That's the one thing that really bugged me about it. The one thing about that show that bugged me about it was everyone looked all medieval. He had a medieval costume. It didn't even matter that he was black. He had a fade. He was like real, like dapped up, like he was straight edged and everything. Like his hair was straight. He had like that fade, like cut on his front head. It just doesn't make sense. Who back then had like the clippers and shit were giving him fades? It just looked out of place and weird.
I mean, they got a lot of awfully sharp swords and shit. Number one, I like if they have the technology to shave a beard, they have the technology to make a fade.
He was like a scout elf, always on the road. So you're telling me like almost every day he was just like, "Hello, fellow elf. You know, dap me up on the side, just fucking straighten me out."
Maybe he fucking does it himself.
It's just it was
It does
so
like
out of
literally.
place.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter, but it was so weird and out of place. That's the only thing I got to say about it. His race has nothing to do with it. If it could have been like a Mexican or a white guy, and if they had a fade, I'd still think it was out of place.
I'm just saying it is a weird hill to die on to be like, he doesn't look like he belongs there because his hair is stupid.
I didn't think I said he looked like he didn't belong there. I'm just saying that why go through all the trouble to wear your costume, look like you belong, do bow training and stuff, but then have a modern day fade while no one else in the show has a modern day fade. No one else in the show has hair like that, but he looks like he goes to a barber. He steps in the time portal and goes to a barber shop and gets faded up and then comes back. It's just it's weird. Like, why not give him long hair? Or even just like kind of short hair? Like fucking like most elves they have like what's it called? They like ponytail it up and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just even like a short long hair, he could have like tied it back into like a ponytail. But he just had a modern day fade. It was weird.
I'm just listen.
I'm not saying he doesn't belong there. He could be black all he wants. He could be in the show. He could have been the show's #1 guy, but god damn it, does that like it's really like off-putting where everyone is running around like fighting ghosts and trees and shit, and here he is with a fade that he's never cutting it and everything, and he's like getting burned and shit, and he's all faded up. He's all faded out. It's just, come on, man. It really bugs me. And when I saw like that picture, I was like, that was the only thing that when I saw the promo pictures, I was like, why does that guy have a fade? I was like, surely that's just him taking a promo picture. He's gonna put a long hair wig on, or he's gonna put some kind of wig on, and he didn't, and it bugged me.
So I just looked it up, and Tolkien does not specify anything about elf hair length. That's a general elf hair trope. That's not a Tolkien thing.
It doesn't even have to be long. It could have just been like kind of just not a fade, not like trim and faded. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, literally anything but the fade, okay?
And I'm not.
If he had fucking braids, I would have loved it.
If he had like hair like your length, not even unkempt, it could have been just like normal, like regular hair, maybe grown out. Maybe he has curly hair. Let it grow out. Just comb. Like, people cut their hair in Middle Earth. That's fine. They could have like short hair, but like not like fade style. Like sit in a barber chair for like an hour and while someone works on your hair. Especially if like him, he's a scout of nature. Like, come on, man.
I'm looking at this man's hair. You are exaggerating greatly how faded this man's hair is.
What's his name? What's his name in the show?
Fucking, I don't know.
I'm gonna just type elf fade.
Elf fade. I did Google the Lord of the Rings elf hair.
I saw a picture that someone drew him with a flat top.
Hell yeah, he's like Blade.
I don't know. This picture that I'm looking at kind of looks pretty faded out. Oh my god! I guess this is from Reddit. Someone typed in, "How did Homeboy catch a fade in Middle Earth, though?"
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not the only one. He has a fade.
Listen, Fee, there's a lot of dumb people out there. I'm aware. You like, just because you're not the only dumb person doesn't mean you're not a dumb person.
Listen, I'm just saying that it's really goofy that he has like a fade. It's straight fade, and it's like cut down. Like, why couldn't he just have a little bit of longer hair? That's all I ask.
Why?
It's just really weird. It's weird.
For no reason, though. You're like, have this fucking elf hair purity boner.
No, like,
where like, no, fucking elves have hair and it's long and it's beautiful,
no,
and anything other than that can eat my ass.
If I think of a fucking medieval times D&D fantasy or even Middle Earth fantasy, I don't think of a fade haircut. I don't think a fade haircut even would show up in like my fucking maybe a shaved head, like just like a shaved head, not like a monk, but where you could see like the 5 o'clock shadow on his head. Yeah, but not like a fade. I'm sorry, this is the hill I'm dying on. It's just that's what I believe.
Yeah,
like,
no, listen, I'm right there with you. Whenever I saw The Hobbit, I was like, why do not all of the dwarves have beards? This is stupid. Some of them don't even have mustaches.
Well, actually, that like not all dwarves have them. Some of them don't.
Oh, so now the dwarves get to be different, but not the elves. Okay.
It's not that. It's not even that. Like, I want to say mountain dwarves or underground dwarves don't. But I know there are some young dwarves that decide that they don't want their beards yet. They grow into them. They don't think they deserve them. So there is a lore reason for that. I know a lot more about dwarves than elves, okay? I'm a dwarf guy.
And you're like, yeah. Which is why whenever I see a picture of an elf with the if he doesn't have, I take out my tape measure and I said, if your hair is not longer than 3 inches, you're fucking dead to me, elf. You're dead to me.
Yeah, well, dwarves don't like elves historically, so it makes sense.
I'm looking at Thorin and company, and these motherfuckers have a wide array of facial hair.
Yeah, I know. Wait, what's your point?
Just saying, people look different, and it's fine.
I know it's fine. It's just
we don't have to gatekeep elf hair.
I'm not gatekeeping.
You are. That's exactly what you're doing. You're like, no. It doesn't make any sense. You look at him and his hair; it's so distracting and bad. And an elf couldn't possibly have that hair. It's stupid.
I'm just saying it's weird. He can have it all he wants. Doesn't mean I won't think it's weird. I'm entitled to my opinion, no matter how good or bad they are.
You are entitled to your opinion as bad as it is, and it's fine.
I still think having a fade in Middle Earth is weird.
I think having a fade in real life is weird too, but it's fine. That's fine.
Why I don't cut my hair.
Anybody could do anything to their hair, and that applies to Middle Earth too.
Do you know that's the exact reason why I stopped cutting my hair when I was way back when? Because everyone had a fade, and I thought fades looked stupid. So I grew my hair. And you know why I thought they looked stupid? Because my brother and my mom, when they were in charge of cutting my hair, they'd give me a fucking fade.
Oh my God.
And everyone had a fade, and I was like, this is the stupidest haircut. And then when I was old enough, and my mom's like, you want to cut your hair? And I'm like, no, I'm never cutting my hair again. Mm-hmm. And then I stopped, and I grew my hair back. And honestly, I think my hair look is the look of my hair, the curly hair. Mm-hmm. It's the best hairstyle that anyone can have. I'm sorry, I make it look good.
No, you're not wrong. It does look very good.
Thank you. But I guess because I'm biased against fades, okay? There, I said it. I'm a fadist.
I'm a fadist. Damn, gotta put that on TikTok. Everybody's gonna get you canceled.
No, jeez, I don't want to be canceled. I haven't even been canceled. Oh shit.
We've only got one more thing to talk about. I'm talking about it super quick. I just thought this was interesting. That like James Gunn came out and was like, yeah, we're doing a whole bunch of cool shit. Here's all these projects that we're thinking about and talking about. He's the one who's directing the new Superman movie, which does shed a little more light and context on Henry Cavill being like, oh, cool, so I'm back as Superman, and James Gunn being like,
nope.
Nope, you are moving right the fuck on, bucko.
Yeah, buddy, get on out of here.
You are not my Superman. Hashtag.
Not my Superman.
So I looked, and the next thing is that the DC studio, like, there was a report earlier that Ben Affleck would be directing a Batman movie.
Oh.
And he said, like, when somebody asked him about it, he said, I would not direct something for the James Gunn DC. Absolutely not. I have nothing against James Gunn. Nice guy. Sure, he's doing a great job. I just wouldn't want to go in and direct in the way they're doing that. I'm not interested in that. Damn.
Well, what? Did he elaborate?
No, that was it. That's the whole quote.
That was it. Damn, Ben.
Yeah.
James said that.
Yeah.
Did James like come out and like been like, oh well, Ben Affleck's a big fucking horse fucker? Like, did he say anything about it?
That would be great. No, I don't know if he has or not. But Ben Affleck did. I don't know if this is in a different interview or this one, but he said when he was talking about like Batman.
Yeah.
He said, I was going to direct a Batman, and Justice League made me go, I'm out. I never want to do any of this again. I'm not suited. That was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in business, which is some of the shittiest experiences. It broke my heart. You could teach seminar on all the reasons why this is how not to do it, ranging from production to bad decisions to personal horrible tragedy, and just ending with the most monstrous taste in my mouth. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Justice League wasn't a good movie. Not to mention, like, Ben Affleck's gonna be in a new Flash movie as Batman.
Yeah. He said that he actually enjoyed playing Batman in it. He was like, this is way better than Justice League.
Who directed that movie?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Who directed?
Is James Gunn like a notorious bad, like directs good things but like bad on set or something, or like is he very like picky?
No, I think basically Ben Affleck was just like, I'm done with DC in general.
Well, here's the thing about Ben Affleck that you may or may not know. He's a big comic book nerd. So maybe he saw like a bunch of like things that didn't line up with what he thought was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he like already signed the contract, so he couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh man, this isn't what like I was thinking it was going to be." And then like it turned out bad, and he was like, "I knew it was going to be bad, but I couldn't do anything about it."
Yeah, now I'm Batman. Fuck.
Everyone's going to hate me again.
But yeah, he said like, he basically said, I hate Justice League. Like,
Yeah.
Justice League was terrible and I hated it. I had kind of a lot of fun in Flash, but I would never direct Batman for James Gunn. Never.
I think it would have been better if Ben Affleck had just been in a solo Batman movie. I think he would have had a better time.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like a side character in like 2 movies. I don't know. I thought he was good in Batman v Superman.
Man,
That's
didn't watch
a good movie.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't watch it, but
It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie, but the Batman and Superman fight scene's really good until it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end when when Superman's like, "Tell Martha," and Batman's like, "Why do you know that name?" Just
Why do you know that, Martha? Where are the other Marthas going?
They resolve their differences by having the 2 same by their moms having the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. It's stupid. And Justice League was a shit movie. I will never watch that movie again. Like, I saw it the first time and I was like, oh, that movie sucked. And then I remember when the Snyder cut came out, it was like 4 hours long and in black and white. And my coworker's like, you gotta watch that movie. It's a lot better. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not gonna watch that movie. Yeah. I'm like, I already hated it. Why am I gonna watch it again? Well, it's a lot better. And I'm like, what's a lot better? It's the same movie. I'm like, no.
There's more of it.
They're not even gonna do anything with it anymore. Why would I watch a movie that's going nowhere?
Listen, Fee, there's more movie though. There's like an hour and a half more movie, and yeah, the last like 15 minutes are black and white. Pretty cool.
Is it? Did you watch it?
No. Of course I didn't. I don't watch anything.
I know you don't. Jeez. I'm not gonna watch that. That movie sucks ass. I wouldn't watch it again if someone paid me. They'd have to pay me a lot, but I mean, if someone paid me a little, I wouldn't.
What if they paid you in wet money?
How much wet money?
That's the end of our podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you joining. If you want to catch this live, follow us on Twitch. We are at twitch.tv/GoGettasPod. If you follow us, you can find out when we go live, and we go live 1 to 3 times a week.
This week.
Yeah, this week. We're doing a lot of recordings because I am going to be going to PAX because that's what I do, I guess.
Tell him, Colb. Tell him why you go to PAX.
Oh, I'm doing a talk at PAX. Woo! It's pretty cool. We're going to demonstrate how to make your own soundboard for your own D&D stuff.
Hell yeah. Hey, oh, dude, yeah, that goes back to Wizards of the Coast sponsoring us.
It's very good.
Sponsor us, WOC. That's the abbreviation for Wizards of the Coast, WOC, WOC.
Thanks, V. You can follow us on, we've mentioned our TikToks and our YouTube shorts. You can go follow us on TikTok and on YouTube where we release shorts every week.
Everything.
And that same YouTube channel is where you can find the uploads of the live Twitch
longs.
stream. Yeah, the longs. Fuck. Where you can find the longs of the stream that we're doing right now. And those come out on the same day that the audio version of the podcast does on all podcatcher platforms, which is Wednesday.
Yay! Wednesday, early in the morning. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, all that jazz, everything. And you know what? Goog! Big ol' Goog! YouTube's gonna release a podcast thing where you could just listen to podcasts on the side. We're doing that too, baby!
Yeah, we'll be there.
You go to YouTube right now and you subscribe to Go Gettas Podcast. Come over to Twitch, subscribe to Go Gettas Pod. Subscribe and follow everywhere. All of us. We're on everything.
Yeah.
So
you won't.
You won't do it. Tell me you won't. Look me in the eye and tell me you won't.
Yeah, you're scared.
You're too scared. Ooh, I bet you're scared. Little baby boy shit, you need a little diaper. Ooh, little sticky diaper.
Tumpy.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you what to do. So, what I want you to do before you, after you go and subscribe and all that stuff, what I want you to do is, I want you to get all your valuable items.
Okay.
All your collectibles, all your Magic the Gathering cards, all your Black Aragorn cards, which are very rare.
Yeah.
I want you to get all your money, all your millions of dollars out of the bank, all at once, you and all your friends. Then I want you to go throw it in a lake. Then I want you to tell your friends, all your friends, especially your elves with fades, to go to the middle of the lake, go swim under, and go get them.
Go get him! Man, like, what if that was like, what if when you died, that's what happened? You would just be like, yeah, take all my wealth, put it in a bag, and put it at the bottom of the lake.
I say that's some Mr. Beast shit. Like,
honestly, that is a pretty good Mr. Beast video.
Mr. Beast died, and he's like, I left all of my fortune in one place. Does a One Piece?
The One Piece. It's fucking. It's
Piece.
Ludwig on YouTube. The One Piece.
It's the
One Piece is real.
No, he would call it the One Beast.
Oh shit! Get at us, Mr. Beast. You can have that idea, not for free though.
Not for free, you millionaire rich bitch.
Yeah.
Later. Goodbye.
Get him. Get him.
Just clearing another call. I'm headed over there. Closing fast on a vehicle that matches the description. That reported party. All units go to condition 2. Pile into a rig. Stand by. I'm gonna try to get in front of this guy, slow him down. 016, 1023 with the pursuit.